people. My name is Indy Maxine Weir, and I am the International Coordinator of the Taraba Human Rights International Film Festival. I am here to tell you so much about this film festival and how you can participate and benefit from this film festival. So talking about film festivals, I'm sure you've heard of the popular ones like the Toronto International Film Festival, the Berlin International Film Festival, and of course you have the Venice International Film Festivals, who have made impact, global impact over the years on the film industry. And much like these film festivals, the Taraba Human Rights Film Festival intends to make such an impact. But you know what? It is unique. It is talking about human rights, and that is the area we intend to impact using themes. I mean, for our foreign participants, you have already sent your entries, over 1,000 of them from 100 countries all across the globe. We need you to come down to Taraba so that we can sit down together and go through them, go through our collective history, what has been, what is right now, and what should be. Together we can come up with the standard of what human rights should be in our different countries, using films to tell our stories and to give our recommendation, if you know what I mean. Being out here is so refreshing. It takes me to the second reason why you should be part of the Taraba Human Rights International Film Festival in person. Fun fact, you know that Taraba State is home to the Mambila Plateau, which is known for its beautiful scenery and cool weather? I can tell you this for free. I am looking forward to that. And that's not all. It is home to the Kashimbila Game Reserve, where there are different animals and you get to experience them. You gotta have that safari feel. And also, it doesn't stop there. There is the Pitako Hills, very amazing rock formations, and you just see the beauty in it. You see, I don't even know, it makes you speechless. And then you go to building up to the Baruch waterfalls. I mean, you've got me on that alone. It is going to be an amazing experience, and I think you should be here in person, especially to our foreign participants, because it's going to leave you in awe. And now to our local participants, I have a question for you. What if you have the platform that could make your dreams come true? And yes, you do. That is what the Taraba International Human Rights Film Festival is going to do for you. It's going to be a platform where you can showcase your work, showcase your talent, and even network with other participants from all over the world. We're expecting foreign participants to come, participants that you could
Good evening. You're welcome to the broadcast of news at 9 p.m. on Psalm TV, the pulse of the nation. You can also follow us on Facebook at Psalm TV and on YouTube at Psalm TV Live. Now the major headlines. On national news, senators from KB states finalized defection to APC. Gamduja says Nigerian could evolve into a one-party state. Ozigbo criticized Soludo over Tinubu's Anambra's visits. On international news, Burundian president launches 2025 legislative and district election campaign. On to business news, President Tinubu endorses Qatar's investment plans in Nigerian's agricultural sector. Entertainment news, OK Bakassi crowned king of Omohocha community in Imo State. Sport news. Godwin Okpara urges Super Eagle coach to give home-based players more opportunities in Unity Cup. My name is Bridget James, and now the news in full. Senators from KB State have finalized plans to defect from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress. Following the meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the announcement was made via X by Tinubu's special assistant on social media, Sada Olusegun, who noted that the senators will officially decamp on the Senate floor next Tuesday. The senators Adamu Aliero, KB Central, Yaya Abubakar Abdullahi, KB North, and Garba Maidoki, KB South, have reportedly completed necessary formalities for the move. APC National Chairman Abdullahi Gamduje confirmed the defections, describing them as a result of extensive negotiations and a boost to the party's strength. APC National Chairman Abdullahi Gamduje has said the idea of Nigeria becoming a one-party state is not far-fetched if driven by the will of the people. Speaking after leading three PDP senators from KB State to meet with President Bola Tinubu, Gamduje noted that frequent defections into the APC reflect growing support for the party. He stressed that a one-party state would not be imposed, but could emerge through negotiation and public confidence in APC governance. Citing China one-party model, Gamduje assured that fewer political parties could enhance governance efficiency. Here's a video clip for.
Thank you. Okay. We just realized that you met with Mr. President. What do we know about this?
Thank you very much. Seeing is believing. You saw us with timber and caliber of politicians from the caliphate, that is Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara states. You could see the governor of Kebbi state, the governor of Sokoto state, and senators from the three states, and even former governors of Kebbi state. In continuation with the initiative of Mr. President, that APC, we must do all what we can do democratically in order to increase our numerical strengths. And in this instance, not only numerical strengths, but also our quality and capacity of our followership. In this respect, in particular for Kebbi State, a lot of discussions, underground negotiations went on between the major stakeholders in Kebbi State. And now they have come to the conclusion, they have resolved the three senators, PDP senators from Kebbi State, the agreement and the resolution, they are decamping to our great party, the APC. This is a good development, and it is in consonance with what is happening in Nigeria today. Almost every week in the Senate, House of Representatives, you see members of other political parties decamping into our party. So we came here so that Mr. President will bless this resolution. And Mr. President has graciously blessed this resolution. And by Tuesday, I will urge you to go and see what will happen in the chambers.
Your Excellency, this really is something good for your party. Like you said, numerical strength, that's what you're looking at. But how do you manage this new influx of people coming into your party?
Our constitution is very clear about this, and not only that, our political dexterity in managing such affairs is on the table. So I assure you there will be a smooth integration.
And leaders have also warned against a one-party state. Are you disturbed? Is that what you're looking at? Is that your agenda?
One-party state, you see, if one-party state is a wish and blessing to Nigeria, one-party state is not by force. One-party state is by negotiation. It's by other political parties seeing the effect of the positive governance of our party. If they decide to come into our party willingly, I think there's nothing like that. There's nothing with that. Today, democratic China is one of the most strong countries in the world, and it's a one-party system. We are not saying that we are working for one-party system, but if that is the wish of Nigerians, we cannot nothing like that. There's nothing with that. Today, democratic China is one of the most strong countries in the world, and it's a one-party system. We are not saying that we are working for one-party system, but if that is the wish of Nigerians, we cannot quarrel with that. You know, they say too many cooks spoil the soup. Too many political parties spoil governance. Strong countries in the world, and it's a one-party system. We are not saying that we are working for one-party system, but if that is the wish of Nigerians, we cannot quarrel with that. You know, they say too many cooks spoil the soup. Too many political parties spoil governance. Thank you.
The senator representing Taraba Central and a former deputy governor of Taraba State, Alhaji Haruna Manu, gave out his daughter's hand in marriage. The wedding party, which attracted 21 serving senators, politicians, and top government functionaries, was held at Jalingo residence. Some TV correspondent files in the report.
Another moment of joy as the families of Senator Haruna Manu and Mohammed Lamba Shuaibu came together to tie the nuptial knot.
Ni Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, waliyin Sumayya Adamu, na bayar da ita aure bisa ga sunan manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ga abin wakilcinka Muhammad Shuaibu, kuma an yi sadaki naira 300 ga shambiya.
Na karbi wannan aure na Sumayya Adamu, kuma insha Allahu zan isar da sako na wannan aure a cikin lokaci.
Allah ka kara albarka a cikinsa. Allah ka kara albarka a cikinsa. Allah ka kara musu son junansu. Allah ka kara musu tausayin junansu. Allah ka kara musu taimakon junansu. Allah ka ba su zuriya mai albarka.
In attendance were 21 serving senators, former Taraba State governor, traditional rulers, friends and well-wishers. Participants at the event were full of joy and encouraging new couples to live by the dictate of Islam.
Let me congratulate the two families of the groom and the bride for this very historic and memorable event of the Fatiha, the Nikah, that was just done here in Jalingo. And marriage is an act of worship. It's ibadat in Islam. And there are do's and don'ts, there are regulations, rules, there are laws, there are responsibilities and obligations clearly spelled out for both the groom, the husband, and the wife. I will always pray for them that they continue to engage in the most acceptable Islamic way, because that is their guaranteed and assured path to very stable, very peaceful and happy marriage.
On behalf of my humble self and the Manu family, we wish them a happy marriage. Let me also use this opportunity to thank the good people of Taraba State. They have come from all nook and crannies of these states. And let me also use the opportunity to thank my special thanks to my colleagues who came in large number. You have seen it all. I think about 21 senators came with their aides. There is nothing to say but to say a very, very big thank you to them. I know that usually when we have such occasions, you hardly have up to like 10 or 5 senators in some cases. But this time around, we're having up to 21 senators that attended this. A special appreciation, a special on behalf of my humble self and my family, we thank them most sincerely.
When it gets to a point of wedding, it's a topic of patience, being patient to each another. You accommodate yourself, you accommodate the way and manners you stay with your husband. I encourage them to be well, prayerful, and they should be patient to themselves.
The 21 Senate.
APC National Chairman Abdullahi Gamduje has said the idea of Nigerians becoming a one-party state is not far-fetched if driven by the will of the people. Speaking after leading 3 PDP senators from Kebbi State to meet with President Bola Tinubu, Gamduje noted that frequent defections into the APC reflect growing support for the party. He stressed that a one-party state would not be imposed, but could emerge through negotiation and public confidence in APC governance. Citing China's one-party model, Gamduje urged that fewer political parties could enhance governance efficiency. Still yet on Kebbi State, report has it that the Kebbi State government has commenced the 2025 Hajj pilgrimage with a successful airlift of 420 intending pilgrims to Saudi Arabia on Friday evening. The pilgrims, accompanied by officials from the state's Pilgrims Welfare Agency, departed Sir Ahmadu Bello International Airport. Birnin Kebbi aboard a finance aircraft around 5:50 p.m. Bound for Medina, Deputy Governor Senator Umar Abubakar, who addressed the pilgrims before departure, urged them to be exemplary representatives of Kebbi State and Nigeria, and to use the sacred journey to pray for national peace and progress. The agency disclosed that a total of 3,800 pilgrims are scheduled to be airlifted in 9 barges. APC chieftains and former Anambra governorship aspirants Valentine Ozigbo has criticized Governor Charles Soludo over President Bola Tinubu's recent visit to commission projects in Anambra State. In a statement on his X handle, Ozigbo described the event as a media stunt aimed at masking what he called Soludo's lack of tangible achievements in over 3 years. He accused the governor of prioritizing optics over addressing key issues such as insecurity, infrastructure, decay, housing shortages, and economic stagnation. Ozigbo also alleged that Soludo discouraged APGA members from wearing party attires during the visit to avoid political embarrassment, calling it an act of cowardice and betrayal. The Alafin of Oyo, Oba Akimbola Owode, has expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu, Governor Seyi Makinde, and other dignitaries for their support during his coronation ceremony. In a statement signed by his Director of Media and Publicity, Bode Durojeyi, the monarch also acknowledged the contributions of traditional rulers, guests, volunteers, and the Yoruba diaspora. He described their presence and goodwill as a celebration of Yoruba heritage and pledged to prioritize the welfare and prosperity of his kingdom and the Yoruba race during his reign. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has imposed an immediate ban on the sale of petrol in Bama local government area, including Bama Town and Banki, as part of counter-insurgency efforts. The directive, announced through his media advisor, Dauda Ilya, follows consultations with security agencies and aims to address ongoing security challenges. Zulum warned that violators would face strict sanctions, emphasizing that no individuals or filling station will be exempted from enforcement. He reaffirmed his administration's commitment to restoring peace and called for public cooperation in the fight against insurgency. A member of the People's Democratic Party, Kamilu Ibrahim, has recanted his involvement in a protest against Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, alleging it was orchestrated by the Zamfara state government to discredit the minister for political reasons. In a statement on Saturday, Ibrahim apologized to Matawale, claiming the protest lacked legitimacy and was manipulated by PDP loyalists. Acting under the directive of Governor Dauda Lawal Dare, he alleged participants were promised $100 each, but were deceived, and he now believes the allegations against Matawale were baseless and politically driven. Ibrahim also accused Governor Lawal of avoiding a National Assembly summon due to fear of exposure over state governance failure. The Niger Delta Development Agency has congratulated Chibudom Umuche on his appointment as chairman of the South-South Development Commission alongside Managing Director Usoro Ofiong Akpabio and other executive members. In a statement by its conveners, Comrade Iteve Nuruddin, the group commended President Bola Tinubu for establishing the SSDC following the dissolution of the Ministry of Niger Delta Development. The NDDA also pressed Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the National Assembly, and other stakeholders for their role in supporting the Commission's formation while pledging full support for its new leadership team. Meanwhile, in Cross River State, a political crisis has emerged following the removal of Enes Ekpok as chairman of the Secondary Development Commission and his replacement by Linus Uket. The move, widely seen as politically motivated ahead of the 2027 elections, was met without consulting local stakeholders, sparking protests and accusations of betrayal. Critics argue that the decision undermined power-sharing agreements and local leadership, exposing deepening divisions within the ruling party and raising calls for more transparency in political appointments. As the 2025 elections approach, Kogi East faces a crucial decision about its representations in the National Assembly despite historical political dominance. The district has struggled with weak legislative influence in the recent years. Senator Jibrin Issa Ekocho, currently serving his second term, has been a key figure in driving local development through infrastructure, education, and empowerment initiatives. Re-electing him for a third term would strengthen the district's national influence, as ranking senators can secure federal projects and influence policy decisions. Ekocho's proven impact makes him the best choice for continued progress in Kogi State East. Ofiong claims leaders in Ebonyi State have opposed the proposed bill seeking to create an autonomous community for Eza Efiong residents, with Efiong lands in Ohoko local government area. The leaders under the Association of Efiong Indigenous Clans chairman called on Governor Francis Nifuru to stop pursuing the bill, describing it as provocative and historically unjustified. The cited past rejections of similar requests, including a 176 decision during the East Central States era and a 2001 Federal High Court injunction. The leaders also criticized the governor for ignoring the recommendations of a peace committee which upheld Efiong's native right to land and traditional leadership. The controversy continues as tension rises over the autonomy issue. Heavy security was deployed as the All Progressive Congress commenced primaries for Lagos State upcoming local government election. The event held at the APC Secretariat in Ikeja on Saturday saw a strong presence of police and other security agencies, including the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the Departments of State Security, and officials from the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority. The Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission has scheduled the elections for July 12, covering 20 local governments and 37 local council development areas. The security measures aim to ensure a smooth process, with delegates being screened for accreditation. Gridlock was reported around the venue as traffic was diverted. The APC Electoral Committee Chairman, Mr. Babatunde Ogala, emphasized the committee's commitment to fairness and called for accurate media coverage of the events. Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State promoted the state as a top investment destination of the FIFA 2025 conference in Tunis, attracting global interest for the upcoming Bauchi State International Investment Summit in July 2025. He signed a memorandum of understanding with the Tunisia African Business Council to boost investments and technology transfer and secured commitment from companies in agribusiness and manufacturing. To maintain progress, Bauchi will establish an implementation unit to track investments and ensure transparency. Ahead of the 2027 Nasarawa State gubernatorial elections, former Inspector General of the Police, Mohammed Adamu, has announced his candidacy. Report reaching our news desk has it that his declaration has gained strong support from the allied group of Nasarawa professionals, a coalition of formal and informal traders who pledged to deliver 1 million votes for him. The AGNP praised Adamu's leadership during his tenure as IGP, particularly his focus on community policing, security reform, and technological integration in law enforcement. The group highlighted his experience in public service and development, affirming his readiness to lead Nasarawa to progress. They also called on the All Progressive Congress to offer him the party's gubernatorial ticket, citing his leadership as crucial for continued infrastructure and economic growth in the state. The Ekiti State government officially received the Torch of Unity for the Ogun 2025 National Sport Festival in Ado-Ekiti on Friday. This presentation served as an invitation to the state to participate in the event, scheduled from May 16 to May 30th in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Mr. Idowu Adebumi, chairman of the State House of Assembly Committee on Youth and Sport, received the torch on behalf of the state government and commended the visit as symbol of national unity. Odebumi reaffirmed Governor Biodun Oyebanji's commitment to youth and sports development, highlighting the ongoing renovations of the Oluyemi Kayode Stadium. He assured that Ekiti athletes are well prepared for the competitions and expressed the state's continued support for their success. The state delegation, led by Dr. Olusola Otetoba, the technical advisor to the governor on sport development, was present at the ceremony. The Honorable Minister of Defense, H.A. Mohammed Baradu Abubakar, has commended the Nigerian Army for its efforts in ensuring the security of the Elida-Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway project. During a visit to Kebbi State, the minister addressed troops at the Forward Operation Base Liga, which is tasked with safeguarding the construction site. He emphasized the project's significance as part of President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, aimed at boosting economic activities and enhancing transportation across Nigeria. Badaru highlighted the road's potentials to create jobs and stimulate economic opportunities, particularly for those traveling between Sokoto and Lagos. He also expressed appreciation for the military's role in ensuring the security of the vital infrastructure projects. Abia State Governor Dr. Alas Oti has urged the Nigerian Army to prioritize intelligence gathering as a key strategy for curbing insecurity and criminality in the country. Speaking in Umuahia on May 9 during a courtesy visit by the participants of course of 47th of the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, led by Rear Admiral Anifok Uko, Governor Oti emphasized that proper use of intelligence can help security agencies prevent more threats before they escalate. He commended the disciplines of military personnel in Abia State and their collaboration with his administration in maintaining peace. Rear Admiral Uko explained that the team's visit was part of an environmental study tour team harnessing grassroots intelligence for enhanced internal security, aimed at translating theoretical knowledge into practical security strategies. The Ogun State government plans to establish a land management agency to build on its existing framework for responsible and inclusive land-intensive agricultural investments under the World Bank-supported initiative. Unveiled at a stakeholders workshop in Abeokuta, the agency is expected to strengthen sustainable land governance and improve coordination of land use policies. So far, over 62,000 hectares have been audited and more than 4,000 hectares allocated transparently to agricultural investors. The proposed agenda will be led by a Director General appointed by the Governor and overseen by a board chaired by the Commissioner of Agriculture. The World Bank and state legislators commended the initiative and pledged support for the passage of the enabling bill. A technical mission is on the way, including staff training and a field visit to a pilot site. The national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Dr. Umar Abdullahi Ganduje, has called on the federal government to implement a strategic overhaul of its counterinsurgency efforts in Yobe states. During a solidarity visit to the states following a deadly Boko Haram attack on a military base in Buni Gari, Ganduje emphasized the urgency of nationwide unity in addressing what he termed a national crisis. He advocated the use of technology, forest surveillance, and military installations to reclaim territories occupied by terrorists, citing his administration's success in Kano as a model. In response, Governor Maimala Buni expressed gratitude to the APC delegations and reaffirmed his commitment to raising the issue of the Northern Governors Forum. He called for increased federal support, including forest-based military and police presence, as well as the deployment of drones and surveillance infrastructure. The Benue State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with the RGL Group for the establishment of the National Food City Complex in Otupo, marking a major step towards boosting food security and agricultural development. At the signing held at the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Commissioner Professor Moses Agbaji warned against misuse of the project for loan acquisition and emphasized the state's commitment to tangible outcomes. Benipar Executive Secretary Takman John Paul Bekang confirmed the project's credibility and scope, including plans to extend to other local government areas. RGL Group Managing Director Femi Apata described the partnership as a turning point for Benue's agricultural sector, pledging rapid progress within 60 days. Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State have facilitated the release of 8 female inmates from the Goron Duse Correctional Center after paying their fines and compensation, including 2 pregnant women and 2 nursing mothers, during an announced visit to the facility. Yusuf assessed inmates' living conditions and reaffirmed his administration's commitment to improving correctional infrastructure and securing phased release for those jailed for minor offenses. He decried the high number of inmates awaiting trial, 1,557 out of 1,939, and pledged collaboration with the judiciary to speed up justice delivery. The governor also directed the inmates' provision of food, mattresses, and beverages, and visited the Janguza Maximum Security Facility, where he announced plans to relocate inmates from the Kurmawa Center. He expressed satisfaction with Janguza's infrastructure and thanked former Interior Minister General Abdurrahman Dambazau for his role in its establishment. Inmates expressed appreciation for the governor's concern and intervention. The Anambra State government has expressed satisfaction with President Bola Tinubu's recent visit and the promises he made during a town hall meeting in Akwa. President Tinubu, after commissioning Kill project executed by Governor Chukwuma Soludo, pledged to support the state in tackling erosion, completing federal roads linking Anambra and Kogi, integrating the state into the national railway system, and restoring its role in the National Gas Master Plan. According to the state's Commissioner for Information, Dr. Lo Mefo, the visit achieved its goal and was warmly received by residents. President Tinubu also inaugurated the new Anambra Government House, the Solution Phone City, an 8-lane highway to the new complex, and the Light of the Nation Tower. His public praise of Governor Soludo, whom he described as a friend, was seen by many as a tacit endorsement of the governor's second-term ambition. The Nigerian Army has launched a counter-insurgency operations to flush out bandits from the Kainji Lake National Park and surrounding border communities in Kwara and Niger State. Major General Obinna Onubogu, General Officer commanding 2 Division, confirmed the development during a briefing in Kaima, Kwara State, stating that troops have moved into the forest on the directive of the Chief of Army Staff to dislodge criminal elements. He emphasized the Army's commitment to restoring public confidence and maintaining security, noting that the operations, condemned Pact Strike 4, would cover approximately 90 kilometers from Kamaji into Kainji Forest, in collaboration with other security agencies and local communities. The Edo State government has begun recruiting 100 teachers for technical colleges to strengthen the education workforce and equip youth with employable and entrepreneurial skills. The Commissioner for Education, Dr. Padi Iyamo, disclosed this during a meeting with members of the correspondent chapel of the NUJ Edo State Council. He also announced the issuance of promotion letters to 8,476 public schools teachers to boost morale and performances, and revealed that interviews are on the way for the recruitment of 500 teachers into basic and senior secondary schools. The Gombe State Executive Council has approved $481,000 to assist 969 intending pilgrims for the 2025 Hajj. Addressing challenges with automated teller machines, the Commissioner for Finance, Mohammed Magaji, explained that the funds will cover the basic traveling allowances for the pilgrims. as most are unable to operate the ATM cards issued by the National Hajj Commission. The amount totaling to $500 per pilgrim was released from the state US dollar deposits. Additionally, the council approved 334 million naira in compensation for property owners along the Shehu Abubakar district in Gombe, Patikung Road. Further approval included 5.2 billion naira for the 2024 Universal Basic Education Commission counterpart funding and 2.1 billion naira for the Gombe Regional Water Project 2025 maintenance contract. In River State, Reassurance Africa Energy Company Limited and its joint venture partners, including the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, have donated medical equipment and essential drugs to the intensive care unit of the River State University Teaching Hospital. The donation includes 3 ventilators, a laser therapy machine, and a significant supply of seed stock drugs. The gesture aimed to enhance the hospital's capacity to provide critical care to patients and improve the training of healthcare personnel. The hospital chief medical director, Professor Chizindu Aliko, expressed gratitude for the support, noting that the ICU facilities were previously overstretched. Kaduna State Governor Uber Sani has pledged to incorporate measles rubella vaccines into upcoming immunization campaign aiming to improve child health. At a stakeholders meeting, the Deputy Governor Dr. Hadiza Babalabe emphasized the importance of collaboration across all sectors, from health workers to community leaders, in ensuring the success of the vaccination initiative. The state also recorded cases of measles in 2025, highlighting the need for widespread vaccinations awareness. The First Lady, Hadija Hafsat Uba Sani, called on traditional and religious leaders to intensify sensitization efforts. 2 graduates from Bayelsa State's Niger Delta universities were killed in Barantoru community, Yenagua, by suspected cultists. The victims, Ayokpa Sikle and a friend, were attacked late Thursday while out buying something. The cultists, after chanting their slogan, attacked with machetes. One victim managed to escape into a creek but died after being pursued, while the other was killed instantly. The police have arrested 1 suspect and investigations are ongoing. Senator Aminu Iya Abbas of Adamawa Central has extended condolences to several families following recent bereavements. He visited the family of former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Gida Mustafa, to mourn the passing of his sister, Mrs. Charity Welsey, describing her death as a significant loss to both her family and the broader community. Senator Abbas praised her exemplary life. The senator also visited the family of Honorable Shuaibu Baba, a former member of the 7th Adamawa Assembly and chairman of Fofore local government area, who recently passed away. He commended Baba's contribution to the development of Fofore and the Central Zone, urging the family to uphold his legacy. Additionally, Senator Abbas offered his condolences to Yerima Kichinga of Madagali Chiefdom over the death of his mother, acknowledging the loss to both the family and the community. He also visited Mrs. Hanato Williams Zamdayu, the state chairperson of Unique Sisters, to mourn the passing of her mother, praying for strength for the bereaved families. May their gentle soul continue to rest in peace. Students from Osun State University through the Osun Dunamis initiative mobile over 1,000 blood donors in Osogba to support the health system, prompted by the death of leukemia patients due to blood shortage. The campaign, organized by Unisium SDG Solutions with medical students, supports an NBSC backing, offered health check, food and certificates held at Freedom Park. It highlighted how student-led action can address public health challenges. The Nigerian Air Force organized a career day at Diko College in Katsina State as part of its 61st anniversary celebrations and civil-military relations program. Air Commodore Ibrahim Jibiria, commander of the 2134 Operating Base and Joint Force Air Components, commander of Operation Fasten Yama, emphasized the initiative aimed to foster public trust and engagement. He highlighted the significance of Diko College, which has produced notable figures including former President Muhammadu Buhari and Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. Jibia noted the importance of guiding students in making informed career choices and acknowledged the efforts of Katsina State Governor Diko Umar Rada in improving the school's infrastructure. He called on alumni to contribute to restoring the college's formal academic excellence. Traditional rulers in Ondo State risk prosecutions and imprisonments if the installed minor chief without prior written approval from the state's governor. According to the Ondo State Chiefs Law 2006, as amended, the law mandates gubernatorial consent before conferring any minor chieftaincy title, and violators may face up to 2 years in prison or fines. Legal experts confirm that the statute remains enforceable, with additional provision prohibiting minor chiefs from wearing beaded crowns, reserved for recognized obas, an offense punishable by up to 3 years in prison. The Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs continues to oversee compliance with these laws to maintain order and prevent communal conflict. Stakeholders from Enugu North Senatorial District have praised Governor Peter Mbah for his inclusive governance and development efforts, particularly in education, security, and economic transformation. At a dialogue event in Nsukka, speakers highlighted his equitable treatment of all wards, the success of smart green schools, and responsiveness to local security concerns. The pledge continues support for his administration and emphasized a collective shift towards developmental politics. Ahead of the 2025 National Sport Festival in Ogun State, Imo State Commissioner for Sports Development, Honorable Obinna Onyecha, has urged athletes to avoid performance-enhancing drugs and illicit substances. Speaking as a seminar co-organized with rehearsal from the University of Ibadan, Onyecha emphasized clean competition and warned of the long-term consequences of doping. He reiterated the Ozodinma administration's commitment to drugs-free sport and its zero-tolerance stance on substance abuse, noting the governor's deep-rooted background in athletics. The seminar is part of ongoing efforts to promote integrity and excellence in Imo State sports. Let's take a brief commercial break. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back with more exciting updates on Super Media Television. Please don't go away.
I want to use this opportunity to invite you to Taraba State, the Nature's Gift to the Nation, for the 2025 Taraba State International Investment Summit called Taravest. The summit will bring together top stakeholders from government, businesses, and global players to promote strategic investment opportunity in Taraba State. We welcome all Nigerians and investors from all over the world as we showcase the abundant investment opportunities our state, the Nature's Gift to humanity, has to offer.
Taravest is a global convergence of top international, government, and private sector stakeholders for sustainable business partnership in Taraba State. Theme: Unlocking Taraba's investment potentials, advancing agriculture, energy, mining, and industrialization for sustainable growth and development. Date: Wednesday, May 21, 2025 in Jalingo, Taraba State. Time: 10 a.m. prompt. Taravest, showcasing Taraba, Africa's new investment frontier.
Welcome back. Coming up next are the international business, sports, and entertainment news. On the international news, Burundian President Evariste Ndayishimiye on Friday launched the campaign for the country's 2025 legislative and district elections in Gitega, marking the start of a 3-week campaign period ahead of the June 5 vote. For the first time in Burundi's history, nearly 10,000 candidates participated in a ceremonial parade wearing their party uniform and displaying electoral symbols. In his address, Ndayishimiye urged candidates to present practical, constructive platform and avoid unrealistic promises, calling the event a milestone for democracy and unity. He emphasized peaceful competitions and mutual respect among contenders. A presidential decree sets campaign hour from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with restrictions on rallies at the workplace and a requirement to coordinate with local authorities. Senatorial and village-level elections are scheduled for July 23rd and August 25th, respectively, while the presidential election will be held in 2027. On business news, President Bola Tinubu has endorsed Qatar's plan to invest in Nigeria's agricultural sector, affirming the country's readiness for deeper strategic partnership. During a meeting at the State House with Dr. Mohammed bin Abdulaziz, the Qatar's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and Special Envoy of the Amir, Tinubu welcomed an upcoming visit by the Qatari business delegation to explore opportunities in agriculture, food security, and other sectors. He tasked 3 ministers to accelerate the implementations of bilateral agreements and highlighted Nigeria's ongoing economic reforms. Tinubu praised Qatar's global peace efforts and called for increased cooperation in humanitarian development and knowledge-based growth. Dr. Al-Kularfi reaffirms Qatar's commitment to strengthening ties with Nigeria as a key strategic partner in Africa. On entertainment news, Oke Bakassi, a renowned Nigerian actor and comedian, has been crowned the king of the Omocha community in Imo State. The announcement was made on May 7, 2025 via his Instagram account, where he shared a video from the coronation ceremony. The event was attended by family, friends, and community leaders and has since gained widespread support online. Fellow Nollywood veterinarian Eukaria Onunobi congratulated Bakassi, describing the appointment as the Lord's doing and wishing him a long reign. Other well-wishers expressed their joy, highlighting Bakassi's exemplary career and character. Born Okechukwu Anthony Onyebule on October 23, 1969 in Imo State, Bakassi has had a distinguished career in the entertainment industry, known for his role in stand-up comedy and acting. His recent coronation marked a significant milestone in his life, transitioning from a celebrated entertainer to a traditional leader in his community. On sport news, former Nigerian international Godwin Okpara has urged Super Eagles head coach Eric Chelle to give home-based players greater consideration during the upcoming Unity Cup, viewing it as a key opportunity to evaluate domestic talents. Speaking to Brila FM, Okpara emphasized the need to test local players in competitive conditions, noting Chelle has had limited chances to assess them since his appointment. He stressed the importance of identifying multiple home-based players capable of competing with their foreign-based counterparts. The Unity Cup, set for May 26 to 31st at Brentford's GTEC Community Stadium in London, will feature Nigerian, Ghana, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago, and serve as a preparation for Nigerians World Cup qualifiers in October. That's all for this edition of News at 9 p.m. from Psalm TV. Before we go, here is a recap of the major headlines. On the national news, Senator from Kebbi State finalized defection to APC. Gamduje says Nigerian could evolve into a one-party state. Ozigbo criticized Soludo over Tinubu's Anambra visit. On international news, Burundian president launches 2025 legislative and district elections. On business news, President Tinubu endorses Quotas investment plan in Nigerian's agriculture sector. On entertainment news, Okeba Kasi crowned king of Umuahocha community in Imo State. On to sports, Godwin Okpara urges Super Eagle coach to give home-based players more opportunity in Unity Cup. Stay tuned for more lined up of programs from Psalm TV. You can follow us on Facebook at Psalm TV, and we are also on YouTube at Psalm TV Live. I remain Bridget James. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.
Child's rights are fundamental human rights, essential for promoting the well-being, dignity, and development of children. Upholding this right enables children to grow into